Are you ready to give up on your relationship? Or are you feeling like you should have given up a long time ago? How do you know when it's time to actually move on? So whether you're contemplating these questions for personal, romantic, or even business level relationships, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you exactly why the energy in your relationships is shifting in a big way right now. Let's go. If you are ready to align with your higher purpose and manifest the fulfillment of your highest potential without burning out, then hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you never miss another video. Hey, beautiful soul. My name is TEONNA. I support creative entrepreneurs on their journey to healing their mental and emotional energies. So here each week, I reflect on what the energy of the moon is revealing to us. The energy of the moon sheds light on what needs to be healed or released for us to fully embrace our uniqueness and manifest the business of our dreams. I like to share my unique process because it helped me heal my mental and emotional energy so I could finally start attracting what I wanted in my business and in my life. Right after college, I spent almost 10 years as a struggling side hustler, starting businesses that were not aligned with who I was. And just because I was so desperate, right? I just wanted to do something. I had to feel like I was taking action. And sometimes that is the number one thing that leads us right into burnout, taking action before it's time. So that's why I share this process with you, so that you don't have to take years healing your inner wounds and finally manifesting the business of your dreams. So let me explain to you how this works. The moon is a powerful marker for releasing, for alchemizing, for transforming our mental and emotional energy. In astrology, the moon governs the inner self. This is where your desires, your habits, even the stories that you tell yourself are created. It's created within. Remember, your mental and emotional energies are the biggest contributors to your aura. And your aura is your communication field with the quantum field. It's the filter through which your life experiences unfold via the law of attraction. So because your aura has a vibrational frequency that the law of attraction is always responding to, it's important that you keep it healthy, vibrant, and aligned. So what usually happens is you set an intention and you have a vision for what you want to do. Then your higher self starts to slowly reveal to you the parts of you that will need to be healed so that you can manifest that vision. In fact, we talked about letting go and how important it is last week. If you haven't watched that yet, I'll link it above for you. But I've found that using the moon as a guide can expedite the clearing and healing process by first bringing it to your awareness, right? And two, providing you clarity via the exact transit at any given moment. So let me show you what I mean. First, let's take a look at the theme for this first quarter moon. I do this using the human design mandala. So each month the moon travels its path and moves around the mandala, activating gates and lighting up energetic themes for us to be aware of. Don't forget you can download your workbook that accompanies this video down below. It may make it a little easier for you to get started on this journey. Now, the first quarter moon is transiting gate 49, the gate of principles. That's the moon that we are in right now. Now, the energy of this key lives on the emotional solar plexus, and it's one half of the channel that connects the solar plexus to the root center. At its core, the gate 49 invites you to embrace higher principles that align with sustainability. It's an emotional gate. So the key here is to pay attention to your emotions. They are always revealing your deepest truths, especially as it relates to relationships, whether personal or business related. Anything that's misaligned with your values and your principles will be revealed to you based on how you feel about them. Now, gate 49 is a very relational energy. Take a look at your relationships, those that do feel good to you, and those that are satisfying and peaceful, in contrast to those that have lots of friction and resistance. What emotions do those types of relationships bring up for you? In the highest expression, gate 49 invites you to acknowledge when you are holding on to relationships and agreements that don't really support your principles and your values. This gate holds the energy of peace, equity, sustainability, and even creating intimacy so that you can share your value. So do you value yourself? Do you value your principles? And do you value your work? Do you value these things enough to ensure that they are aligned with your overall purpose and mission? Now, once you begin to awaken to this higher frequency of awareness, there may be some people or things that just don't line up anymore. And it's important, especially if you are feeling that a relationship may need adjusting, that you allow the other person to adjust as well. Remember, we are all experiencing this energy as a collective. So the other person in the relationship is likely to be feeling it as well. There are some internal shifts taking place within all of us. So be gentle with yourself and be gentle with them. And when you're ready, have a real conversation, a conversation that's necessary to clear everything in a constructive way. I felt the need to throw that in there because in the shadow expression of the gate 49, the gate of principles, you actually will find yourself giving up prematurely. Or on the flip side, holding on to things that no longer serve you. Do you know how to tell the difference? Your emotions, right? I like to use the Hawkins scale when we talk about emotions. When you look at the frequency of emotions, you'll notice that there are some emotions that are expansive and others that cause you to contract. Contraction is usually fear-based. As a result of you embracing higher principles and owning your value, if there's a relationship that needs to be healed, I want you to first pay attention to the emotion that you are feeling in relation to the emotional scale. If you are feeling anything less than content as you actually contemplate this relationship, there's a good chance that any solution you come to will likely be out of alignment because it is a low frequency vibration that you currently are holding. However, if you find that your emotional frequency is at a set point higher than contentment and you are contemplating letting go of a relationship or choosing to work further on it, then there's a good chance that the solution that you've come to is well worth pursuing, given that your emotional frequency is higher than contentment. Now, the first quarter moon is a time when light is gaining momentum, right? More is being revealed as momentum builds and starts to move you closer to your goals. Now, the key here is to continue to focus on your goals, even if the things that are being revealed may feel like shadows or setbacks. It's really all working out for your good. Carl Jung said, "We can predict the future when we know how the present moment evolved from the past." To take your journal contemplations one step further, or should I say one step deeper, let's look at the tarot card archetypes that correlate with this transit of the first quarter moon. So first we have the star. The star is the major arcana card that is associated with the zodiac sign of Aquarius. The star card is reminding you to connect with your inner voice for renewal and peace. Old wounds can be healed. Peace and serenity can be found when you reconnect with the source of universal wisdom. Then when you consider that the moon is in Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, the Seven of Swords is inviting you to shed light on deceit and illusions. It's time to communicate your truth in a heartfelt and impactful way while remaining cautious in relationships with people who you feel may not have your best interests at heart. And lastly, I feel called to share the Queen of Swords archetype here as well. The Queen of Swords is honest and forthright. She thinks before she speaks. She is perceptive and she is able to see through illusions and deception. And she offers up mature, objective, and articulate communication whenever she has the chance. Comment down below and let me know if any of these archetypes resonate with you and where you are right now in any of your relationships, especially when it comes to communicating your truth in a heartfelt and impactful way. Given what we now know about the first quarter moon's energy, here are some contemplations for you to reflect on. Number 1, in what ways can I release illusion to give way to reality by owning my truth and aligning with my inner voice of wisdom? Number 2, How can I intimately communicate in a way that allows me to lay the foundation for expansive and sustainable relationships? What needs to be healed or released so that I can communicate my higher principles and values to those who I relate to? Now remember, there are more journal contemplations in the workbook below. Now by contemplating in this way, you allow the energy to begin to coalesce around you in a new way. Now this benefits you because questions are powerful intentions. Ask and you shall receive, right? So pay attention to the signs and synchronicities and sparks of inspiration that come forth to reveal the answers you need over the coming days and weeks. If this message resonates with you, then I'd like to invite you to Embrace, Align, and Manifest, my free 3-day training series, where I'll be sharing my secrets to healing and aligning your energy so you can reach your full potential and manifest the creative business of your dreams. The registration details are below and space is limited, so if you're interested, be sure to check that out. And remember, the work that you do is a light for others to follow. That's why it's imperative that you keep your light healthy and bright, free from any low frequency energy. No more dimming your light to fit in. No more silencing your voice. No more holding on to energy that makes you feel small. When you do your inner work and heal your aura, you can manifest the business of your dreams with ease. That's all for this week, beautiful souls. I'll see you next time.